Hi, everybody. Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer, coming in to do my channeled messages. And this one is for the month of, I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking. There's something weird happening over here. And so I'm like kind of looking to the side. I don't know. Something is really weird here. But I'm coming in to do channel messages for December. Um, and I know this is really early and it's only the 17th of November, but something is telling me to get these messages out now, get out ahead of time, and kind of start heading into getting the whole year. So I'm going to get December messages out, and then I'm going to do the year forecast for each sign as well. So they take me a lot longer to do. So bear with me on these. So I'm starting out with Aries. Aries was the first up for me tonight, and I really wanted to go to a place with Aries that really felt as if I needed to get kind of real and raw with Aries here somehow. So this is getting like real, really, really in honest and raw with Aries energy for December. I feel like Aries is coming down to the end of the year for you. It's coming down to a year where there's like a lot of changes happening. A lot of things have transpired. Nothing worked out as planned, but a lot of good things still happen to you throughout the year. And I just feel like there's a sense of reality check. And so I put out your cards first and I laid them out and I'm like laying out a plan. It's that's what it feels like. You want to lay out a plan for 2021 that's coming in. And I'm like, oh God, that sounds kind of creepy and scary that we're already having to think about that year. But we do need to think about that year. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot happening. And I got somebody over my shoulder here. I feel as if I have an angelic angel here, and I feel like I'm speaking to that or I'm listening to that angel and speaking to you at the same time. So my eyes keep looking over and I it's just that whole sense of like I'm speaking to somebody who's present in the room here right now. We have a lot happening, and it's like I'm checking in with them that I'm going to speak this out properly and correctly. And so, Aries, I have Mother Mary here with me in the divine presence and in the divine energy. And I feel as if you've been told many times that this has been this, that, you will find peace, and there will be peace for a lot of my Aries, that you will finally be able to sit in this energy of peace. I did come out of this with starting out with the Queen of Pentacles. And as I came out with the Queen of Pentacles, I noticed right away she is wearing the blue dress and she's got white on it. And there's also like a falcon, an eagle, like an eagle or something that's in her. A falcon is what I want to call it. It's like a falcon, a falcon, very much wearing its little guarded headpiece, knowing the direction that it needs to go, knowing where it's going, knowing the place that it has to go, knowing what's ahead, knowing where it has to put its focus, and that it cannot be distracted by things of the past and by things that have held back before. And I feel like there's been a lot of hold back energy for the and for that Aries energy. There's been a lot of hold back energy. I don't know what a frick am I looking at. And so I feel as if you've had this whole sense of um, like there's just now finally been a plateau, and I have the nine, and it's the Nine of Pentacles, and I have like it's like you're finally being able to enjoy. You're afraid to enjoy. You're afraid to let yourself go here. There's a whole story that's going to play out here. You're afraid to let yourself enjoy. You're afraid to let yourself kind of enjoy what's happening. Yellow butterflies are here. I feel like this is very power center. This is very much about stepping into power and into your light and knowing that you do not have a false sense of power. You have a true sense of power. It's like, I want to reach out for you. I want to like truly reach out and reach forward for you. And it's like, and just knowing that it's not all, that not everything will work out exactly as you thought or as you had planned, but there's like you have a copy of the contract of your life. You need to pull out the copy of your contract, which is in your heart, in your higher self, in your dreams, in your desires, and to really remember what that dream was and how you dreamt it out, how you seen your life happening, how you seen things unfolding within your life. And as I move forward into it, it's like I just, and then I pulled out the King of Swords. And as I pulled the King of Swords, I had this man who was like kind of like not really showing the emotions, kind of still. And I feel like sometimes that might be you, very much Aries energy, very masculine. You can be this way. You're very much a logical thinker, but you also have a very creative brain, a creative mind. There's a lot of things unfolding, but it comes into this blue light energy. And I feel like I have a lot of like Saturn, Mars, Uranus kind of energy. And I'm not an astrologer, and I keep telling people, it's like I know some things about astrology. I try to keep up on my astrology as much as I can, but I feel like it's like this man is like telling me, this King of Swords is telling me, it's like it's going to be go time. It is go time. You're going to have to start, not being afraid of the fears of the past, but this is what you're afraid of. You have this fear of this Two of Pentacles. You've had to juggle. You've been juggling life. You've been juggling accounts. You've been juggling everything for a very long time. And I just feel like the strong presence of this angelic energy of Mother Mary. And I also have Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is at the side, at my at my right hand side right now, and along with Mother Mary. And I feel as if this is the protection, that there's that to not be afraid of the past. You have dealt with a lot. You have been through a lot. And this Two of Pentacles has also shown me this magical rainbow in here. And so this also ties into the unicorn energy and the magic and miracles energy. And I feel like all the juggling, all the back and forth you've had to do in life, and all that has been happening is that, behind you, coming in towards you, is a beautiful dolphin. And this takes us into gray matter, into the unknown, is that you're diving deep into the unknown, but that beautiful silky silvery thread that we have. And I want to say it's like our plat, or our divine connection, that we're always connected, and it connects back here to us. And we have this cord that attaches us to our universal source energy, and that we're forever attached to that universal source energy. And I just feel like it's like you're kind of just like my shirt right now, kind of bursting open at the seams here a little bit. So it's like your whole heart center is bursting open. All of you is bursting open. Like you're trying to pull forward, and you're worried that, what if I break my cord? What if I what if I push my luck? What if something goes wrong? What if something happens? And it's like this cord can only stretches to the capacity that you need it to stretch to within the human existence of your human life. And it don't extend past that. But it's like, it's that sense that you can kind of break it if you can break it if you extend yourself into the direction of exhaustion, of into that place of not following through on your dreams, not pushing yourself to believe in your dreams. And so I have the Hangman that came with this. And as I pulled up on this Hangman energy, whoop, hold on. So as I pulled up on this Hangman energy, I got this sense in this push that there's something that's been like, that you're stagnant in. There's been some stagnant energy, and it comes back to this Two of Pentacles, is that your finances, your relationships, everything has been very stagnant within your life. And there's been and it's like, and that's what's holding us in here. But I want to look beyond the stagnant, and I want to say that there's an opportunity here for us to reverse this. And there's a healing energy that's happening. There's a green, beautiful healing energy that's taking place. And as I'm looking forth and I'm looking, it's like you've planted the seeds, everything has been planted, everything has been put in place, and that you can't be afraid of taking that next chance, taking the risk, not being afraid to really like think, what else can I do? Where else can I go? What else can I put out there? What else can happen? And so I'm like, this is also like you're holding back, and you're holding back the energy, and comes back to this cord. It's like you're holding back instead of letting yourself push yourself, letting yourself be pushed forward, letting yourself being able to move forward. And I feel like this is the end of the year. Like we're coming down to the last month, and you really have to push yourself beyond the limits. And then we came out with this as well. I also had the Ten of Pentacles, and this Ten of Pentacles, it's like, it's like tricks fooling you here. There is still shit. And it's still, the material world is still fucking falling apart here somehow. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. That's the message. Ah, for fuck's sake. And it's like, but is this really happening? Is this really happening to me right now? Or is this still something of the fear? Is this still something of the past? And I feel like what it's telling me is that it's kind of like the struggles are coming to an end. As much as we are afraid they're not, they are. I feel like it's just that whole kind of, it's like an ending that you're not allowing it to happen because you got some self prophecy stuff happening here. You got some hold back here, some illusions that you believe to still be true, but it's not true. There's some great help, and I feel like for you, Aries, like there's some great help coming in. And then I had the Queen of Pentacles. She is in reverse, just like all the last three cards that I pulled. She's in reverse, and I'm like, this is your fear story because somebody has done this to you. Somebody has betrayed you. Somebody has tried to trick you, fool you. I feel like this is actually still a little bit active in your life. I'm like, I want to stick it on my head. You know that card game where you gotta kind of guess the where you gotta kind of play out that game of like of to find out who it is. And I feel like you had to kind of search through a lot of energy and a lot of people to find out who was really that betrayal energy. And sometimes it's ourself. And but I don't feel like it's you. I don't feel like it's you. I don't feel like it's you. I what I feel like is that this kind of feels like it's like some sort of like a supporter. You thought you had support, you thought you were being supported, and you weren't supported as much as you needed to be. And it's like where, but there's also a lot of people that have supported you. So it's not supportive of your transformation, your growth, because I feel like some people are afraid they're going to be left behind. And it's like blah blah, you don't even want to say it because it's like you want to be the good you want to be kind, you want to be generous, but you had this vision, you've seen this, and you've seen this clearly. Sometimes you see clearly, but you don't want to listen to it, Aries. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. And then came in our tower moment. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to the tower moment, really representing like the house of God energy. It's like the attacks upon religion and the attacks upon the stories of God and the cross and the Mother Mary. And I just feel like Mother Mary's telling me to give a little heads up and a little warning here that by destroying things that are so sacred, whether or not you believe in them, is that you're testing karma. Not you so much if you're not burning them, if you're not doing this, but it's like, but there's a warning that's coming through here, is that there's a testing of karma, there's a testing of the energy, that just because it's not for somebody, just because things are not for you, or just because they're not for somebody else, doesn't mean it doesn't have to be for you. Don't lose your faith because this is happening around you, because you see this happening. Don't lose your faith in and trust in who you are and what is happening in your world, because I feel like it's like the tower moment has already happened for you. You've already been through your tower moment. There's a lot of destruction around in the material world, and your material world has been affected by the destruction within the world. Definitely. I think everybody's has, Aries. I feel like this COVID has definitely played its toll. And then I wanted to really validate this through of like what is really taking place. So I had to ask really seriously, like, come on, be serious with me. Tell me what's happening. Tell me who this is. Tell me where we're going. And with this, um, I pulled the, I pulled the Ace of Pentacles. And as I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, I felt as if I was going deep into the energy of earthly energy, deep and rooted into the ancestors, and deeply rooted into a lot of the whys of why we end up where we are, why we're where we are, why we end up there previously, and how many of conditioned stories of the past you have carried forward, and how many you've still been carrying forward. And so with this, I got the prosperity. That prosperity is still there. Your fortune is still there. Your inheritance of life is still there. And I feel like all the way back into, gotta scroll back here. So all the way back here to these beginning cards and into receiving your inheritance came all the way back into these first three cards and into the story that you are, you really truly have the blessing of this beautiful supportive energy here. of the divine feminine. You have a lot of divine feminine support. You are to stay laser focused, and that your prosperity is here. And I always say that little Weasley thing down there, that little Weasley animal, is sometimes there to be a little bit of a trickster, and it kind of hides in behind here. And I feel as if for you, it's like I just picked up the sense that all that you truly want and desire is on its way. The full moon of December is a crucial full moon for you, Aries, as we do have the beginning, as we're getting ready now to move into Sagittarius energy, the end of like the 20th of November, and this is the 17th, so we're really close to going back into a fire sign energy. And then I had the fire, the passion, and I had the three of wands. And with a lot of this, I'm picking up the violet flame energy, a lot of Aries, a lot of ruling planet of Mars coming in for this whole reading. But we also have a lot of sense of like strong, determined, great advice, wisdom. I feel like it's like you are being guided, you're being directed, that you're the captain of your ship, you are the leader, you're in charge of your life, you're in charge of the next stage of your life, you're in charge of what's to come in 2021, to stay laser focused, to get focused for December, that you are the hero of this journey, this story, and that advice you're being given, that information, that knowledge, and everything that's happening is really truly telling you that in that there is, here's the guardian angels, the beautiful white birds that are watching over, is that the guardians are watching you. You are guarded, you are protected, and you are rooted and grounded in a lot of love, Aries, and that you can start to move forward. And there's a lot of move forward, a lot of changes coming in, and those that have been that betrayal or that sense of kind of, I feel like kind of have been that energy that you thought was support that weren't. I feel like you're going to have to let some of those relationships go. Um, and it's not in a mean or bad way, but it's just that when someone tries to, when people try to take from your light or from your energy, or they try to copy, replicate um, your your success or your achievements, and feed and fuel off of that. I feel like when that happens, that's a betrayal. And and it's one thing to support each other, but there's another thing to feel as if you're always having to look over your shoulders, feel as if there's like a sense of not being able to trust the journey. And so or not be able to trust those that are on the journey with you. So there's a huge ego at play. Your ego is at play. Your sense of not being able to trust yourself is at play. And you have to be able to trust yourself. And as an Aries, I feel I'm like looking back at it as if I don't trust my own self right now. And I'm like, ugh. It's like, am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? But this is the message. And this is the message to come out with it, is the sense that trust that, trust that sense of all knowing that you have, trust in the journey, and trust that you can no longer allow your light to escape you. You can no longer let yourself be kind of feeling guilty for what you've worked hard and what you've accomplished. You will always work from a place of kindness and compassion. And there's a lot of synchronicity moments coming up that remind you of that you always have had that kindness in you, and you got to show the kindness now to you. And so the angel card from the Diana Cooper cards that I pulled is kindness. And in order to be kind, you must open your heart to the gentle qualities of caring and compassion. Be kind to yourself, have reasonable expectations, and give yourself due praise. In order to nurture the gentle qualities of kindness, cherish yourself this month. When you do something for yourself, you automatically extend the same energies to others. Kindness melts barriers of ice around people and empowers and repowers those who are afraid. So reach out to the lonely, draw out the shy, and include those who feel isolated, and comfort the sad. Your reward will be a sense of inner peace, warmth, and love. I am kind to myself and to others. And there's a real truth to that, Aries, is that you are kind and you're very kind to other people. And it's like, it's one of the signs that gets misled as, we can be hard and we can be, you can be that colder energy and you're not. You sometimes have to be you have to be guarded because your light is so bright and because you have such passion and such desire that sometimes people want to take that light. And so the synchronicity is the other card that came up with this. And the synchronicity is telling us there is no such thing as chance in our incredible universe. The coincidence and synchronicities are carefully orchestrated by your guides and your angels. So recognize them as the hand of spirit. Rejoice when you notice them, for they are the angel messages to you that you are on the right path. Start to expect them and look for them. Be aware that there is a divine reason behind them and consider what the message or lesson really is. Synchronicity is also a reminder that all things happen in divine timing. All things are now happening for you in perfect timing. All the hurt, the pain of the past, all of that has shown up in this past year to remind you of all that you've had to do, how hard you've had to work. And now I feel as if, Aries, you're getting to reap some of the rewards. I hope this reading resonates with you. Have a great December, um, and a Merry Christmas to everyone as December comes in. For those who will watch it in December, if you're watching in November and you're thinking she's crazy, she's already speaking of Christmas, but this is December reading. So we're thinking ahead here. And also, please remember that my book, More Than Existing, is available. All the information is down below. This book is truly that I've taken people on the walk of my journey of moving beyond my being the victim of my own stories and the healing journey of what it takes when we make a choice to choose to come home to us. When we make that choice to be able to stand in our light, to transform our voice of anger to a voice of love, and to know that we deserve to more than just exist in this world, that we're here to exist and to be able to embrace and enjoy the journey of life. So much love to you, to Mother Mary, in the journey of transformation that I know she's blessing upon the Aries energy, and the blessing that is being bestowed upon watch the miracles that are about to happen in the life of the beautiful Aries energy. And to also know that Archangel Michael is guarding to the right, to the left, to the front, to the back, to the top, to the bottom, and all the way around you. And there's just a sense that pulling out the daggers and cutting the cords of all of that energy that have held you captive or have led you to believe that you are the one who needed to carry those stories of pain. With that, we send in the beautiful Archangel Raphael and the Jesus energy to truly infuse healing throughout your mind, body, soul connection and in your aura and throughout and to your past, to the past, so that you can let it go, and then into lighting the path into a beautiful, healed, healthy future that is about to be bestowed upon you, Aries. Much love. Have a wonderful December, and I will see you all for the yearly readings that will be following this as well. Much love.